Metamorphosis hits like a truck. Luna, Aura for the whole team.
Yeah, if you want to run full Aura, just go for Luna, right? Just Avenge Luna, I don't know, throw in a Beastmaster or something. But it's a boomy Tiny.
One of his signature heroes, we've seen him play a fantastic Tiny.
Yep.
This is why I boom Esports. I think if they have this Earth Spirit opening, they won't be too worried because it's a strong opening. I'm not sure if Mikoto plays it mid, but if he does, then it's a plus point for Boom.
Yeah, I think this game so far, it looks like it's going to be a battle of the post 4 from these two teams. Tiny is going to mirror the Earth Spirit. Earth Spirit is going to do the same thing as well. They'll be running a lot to the mid lane. So I think something that we can assume here, to expect here, is that both of these teams, they are not going to pick a very vulnerable mid lane. Yeah, that is very exposed to the post 4s.
I think Pink Pango isn't too bad for Boom.
Pink Pango?
Pango. Pink Pango would be nice.
I was thinking Pink Panther? I don't think that's in the
Pangolia.
game.
Wouldn't it be too bad? You can put the Pango 3. Oh, we've seen Pango 5. I forgot which team played it, but there was a Pango 5. But no, the Bat Rider is also available. They can go for that as well.
Yeah, I like this pick a lot because most of the time you want your Earth Spirit to be roaming around, so you want to make sure that if you leave your core, your position 3 on the lane, he doesn't die so easily. And Bat Rider is one of the heroes that won't die too easily because you can always play with the wave, and also you can, worst come to worst, you go to NC.
Yeah, and of course Team Adroit, they have a way to address the bat, which is the Avenge with another swap, but one thing they cannot address if the bat grabs the Vengeful Spirit instead. So we'll see how they play with that. They're gonna go for the PL ban. PL,
very straightforward ban.
Straightforward ban. It's Natsumi's favorite hero. They ban it out. PL, PA, Slug, all the post ones getting taken out.
A lot of the carries are being taken out already. I still think TB is really good here. It's just that the only reason for TB, for Adroit not picking TB is because they are afraid of the silence coming out from a Spirit, and also Bat Rider is an amazing laner against the TB.
Alright, so let's see what's going to be banned up next. We've got one ban each before we go through our next phase. Any other carries that you feel are outstanding outside of the Terrorblade? We've seen the Anti-Mage.
If Adroit, they might want to keep the TB and Luna up for themselves. I mean, for them to pick.
Yep.
Probably looking for well, I guess a post 4 right now.
Yeah, I think they are Adroit is looking for...
Excuse me, actually it's the post 5.
Adroit is looking for a carry that is potentially good against the Bat Rider. There's not a lot of carry that does that. Slug has been banned out, Juggernaut, PL. PL has been banned out as well, Juggernaut is still in the pool. But you don't really want a melee carry to play with the range flag. So I think Morphling is kind of still viable here for Adroit. Natsumi loves that hero.
Yeah, Natsumi loves the Morphling. Medusa, probably this is the...
Might be the Dusa game that we've been looking for.
The only Southeast Asia team that actively runs the Dusa Avenge is 496 Gaming from Vietnam.
What else does Natsumi play? He plays DK as well.
DK banned out by...
DK banned out. He also plays Weaver.
Oh!
And Lone Druid and Troll.
Boom, they banned the Anti-Mage themselves. Yeah, this is a good step. Yes.
Let's prevent 3 more 7.
No more Anti-Mage.
Alright. We wouldn't lose a game because when we don't pick Anti-Mage. Yes. Getting him out of pool.
Well, I guess Boom now can set up for their Storm again. They did pick the Storm in the previous game.
5 seconds.
Adroit, they want to play fast. Lash is another pick that they might want to look at.
Oh, Lash is another the rising hero because of the Kaya change, right? Especially China is the biggest region that love playing the Lash.
Honestly, I think Adroit right now, if they are looking for post 3, you can go for the Doom.
Yep.
Southeast Asia, it's only TNC that plays Doom so far. And even that, they're not active in playing Doom. Oh, they go the Bane for Boom.
Yeah, so they want to keep their Bat Rider a little bit flexible here. So Bat Rider so far that he can still go for the position 3 or 2, but knowing Mikoto's role in his team, he's most likely going to be the one farming.
Yeah, that's most likely it's an FAZ bat.
Yep. So Adroit kind of have their information, have Boom Esports review all their information already in terms of laning. So I think Adroit is going to have a pretty good way to deal with that.
Ooh, I wanted to mention the Abaddon because Abaddon's a hero that doesn't care about getting lassoed.
Nope. Most importantly, Abaddon, in other regions, he has been promoted from post 5 to the to the position 1 role.
Yeah, I
We
got
have
it.
been seeing a lot of carry Abaddon. He's the hero that you want to be sitting in front of the tower, baiting, forcing the Bat Rider to come onto you. And if you don't do that, I'll just take down your tower.
Well, and not just that, because let's say the Abaddon is the carry. Let's say someone else gets lassoed. If he's quick enough, he can aphotic shield
Now you-
whoever gets lassoed.
now
So you've
you
got
have
two
two ways.
ways.
Yep.
You have 2 ways to save your cores now. You have the swap, you have the Aphotic Shield. Great against the Bane as well. Just you can't creep, you cannot sleep you. You instantly wake up.
Yeah, but knowing Adroit, I think most likely this hero is gonna be on Bog's hand.
Yeah. Most likely it's gonna be a bog Abaddon.
Seems like Adroit may be watching Reality Rift's game yesterday.
Do strat.
Maybe?
But I mean, if you want to fit a Spirit Breaker in, it has to be a post 1 Abaddon.
I'm not sure about the Spirit Breaker. Maybe
I
just-
guess.
Maybe just Abaddon.
I think just the Abaddon.
They have a crazy
I mean-
idea. Why not pick Ricky?
If they really wanted to go with this, they can't really, because there's no way they could fit a support Weaver in here.
I mean, they could go Ricky. They have no way to stop the Ricky. Bane, Earth Spirit, Bat Rider, or Void Spirit, not that good against the Ricky as well.
Right, just one
Morphling
more
is
pick.
still up.
That's it, Miss Morphling is still up. And Boom, I mean, Boom still have a couple heroes that are pretty good at dealing with the Morphling. So it won't be an easy Morphling game, but then
Yeah,
again, you've
definitely.
got 2 defensive spells.
Yeah.
They have a natural Vessel Buyer on the Earth Spirit. They have a lot of ways to control the Morphling.
But they go for the direct pick. Co-op against the White Spirit, always good.
Solid pickup.
Yeah, right now it's the battle of the carry. They don't have a lot of choices left.
Yeah.
I'm quite surprised that Adroit didn't just pick a carry for themselves and then ban out the rest of the better carry in the pool.
Well, I guess Adroit start things off by banning out the Morphling themselves.
Or it could just be Adroit making Boom think they need a carry, but it could be the carry Abaddon.
That's true. That is true.
So they've got a couple options here if they really want to try and mess with Boom here.
Also Adroit have the next pick, so they can ban out another carry and then pick a carry themselves. Try to limit the better carries that Boomy can play.
Yeah, everyone just banning post 1s. Faces Void now out, taken out.
I think just to be safe as well in case they don't.
We might end up with a Spectre. That's like a Spectre as your
For Boom?
carry. Adroit Spectre isn't too bad.
Yeah, and Adroit has been very flexible with their lanes as well. I could see them putting the Abaddon against the Bat Rider, and then they just tri-lane, Boomy swaps lane, and
Yeah.
making sure that the Earth Spirit stays at the tri-lane, so he wouldn't be roaming around at the mid or the top lane. I think this is one way that you want to play against the Earth Spirit, to force him to be playing in the 3-man lane.
There you go, Spec, Van. Well, won't be-
Right. So
that's what Bog did in the last game, right? The Bat Rider into FPT Clock. I think Boom Esports, because they chose to put Clockwork as a position 3, they just sacrifice him. They just feed him to the Sharks and try to tri-lane and protect Dreamer Cell.
Oh, a
there
Naga
goes the
ban.
Naga.
Oh, TB, Luna. Sounds like a Luna game. Luna isn't too bad. Luna and TB for Adroit.
So TB, Luna, there is still Troll in the pool, there's still Alchemist in the pool.
Actually, now that you mentioned the troll, pretty deadly.
10
Adroit would be more. Actually, honestly, most of these cores are. They look slightly better on Adroit because of the presence of this Abaddon and Venge.
The thing is, like, what kind of carry would you look for if you're Boom?
Yeah, you want some or Boom. I think they are just trying to react to Adroit's last pick, you know.
Yeah.
And then they will try to figure out a hero that can out carry Adroit's carry. But for Adroits, they need some kind of tower damage. They need to pick a hero that can sustain through the Bat Rider's lane.
Go safe lane Elk.
Go safe without.
Still not too bad. Honestly, they could run this safe lane Quap and go for like a Huskar.
It seems like Boom might need this gotcha Alch themselves.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Elk is okay.
I mean, if you look at what Adroit have, I don't really think they can deal with an Alch.
All right,
Oh,
so
yeah,
they still go for the
the
TB.
TB.
Terrorblade, okay.
And with this, I think either they are running a Venge tree and putting Abaddon to protect the TB, or they are looking for lane swap.
Yeah.
And try to tri-lane Boomy swap and make sure that TB doesn't face the Bat Rider in lane.
Yeah, and if he does, then you have to back out of this Abaddon there.
That's what it
Knowing Adroit though, I feel like they are going to pick put a Venge at the tree. We have seen this a lot in the Chinese scene. We have seen Bog play Venge before also.
Yeah.
The week 1.
Bog has played almost everything, right? He played Ogre Tree, he played Chen Tree,
True.
he played Pet Bat Rider, played Enigma, Beastmaster. Drow Ranger.
Welcome back, Drow. I think it's been a long time since we've seen Drow.
I honestly would love to see Drow on Adroit, but you know, he's not a commonly picked hero. TB just feels more comfortable.
So what does Drow add to Boom's lineup here? She's a ranged carry. She can hit pretty hard, but do they have enough zoning to keep her protected at the back?
Boom's front line are not amazing. They have good ways of initiating, bursting people down, and the silence that the Drow can provide is deadly here against against Adroit. But honestly, I feel like Venge, TB, they're just too strong.
Yeah, you need this Tiny and Co-op to reach the Drow. If the Drow gets to stand behind and you cannot reach them, then the Drow will just destroy you.
I think a lot comes down to execution. Boom Esports, their way of winning this game is to constantly use Bat Rider to get one guy down first before starting the team fight. If they are not able to do that, it's tough for them to end the team fight 5 versus 5.
You kind of want to play around this Drow. I wouldn't be surprised if Dreamwell decides to go for the Axe just for the Splinter Shot.
Yep. Predictions for our final game. 2-0 or 1-1?
2-0.
1-1.
Oh. Hey, usually you guys are the same. All right, folks, thank you so much for the analysis on the panel. I'm going to throw it over to our casters right now, and I'll get it right this time. OD, Pixel, and Winter, take it away for our last game.
Thank you very much, and yeah, I'm looking forward to this one. We're getting some Drows and some Terrorblades, Winter. I mean, again, it's sure we've seen some TB before, but Drow coming in, is that a carry you think can still work here?
Well, they're just trying to outpace the TB, I think. They have to try to push and not go to late game.
Okay, well, we'll see if they're able to do exactly that. See if that's going to work for Boom here in Game 2. Obviously, it didn't work for them in Game 1, but we'll see what they can pull out here against Adroit as Game 2 begins. Yeah, so let's find out indeed how Drow and Terrorblade fare up in this day and age. I mean, so I guess, would you say sort of head-to-head, do you sort of favor the strengths of the Drow against the TB? Because I guess, sure, you're all physical, but you do have means to break through his armor with that piercing ability.
I'm not very sure of how the matchup is going to go later, because you do have the option to get Axe to deal with the illusions. So if the game goes late, maybe there's still a way for you to deal with the Terrorblade.
Yeah.
But the Terrorblade...
Yeah, that's a good point, yeah.
The Terrorblade has the Venge, though, to buff him up.
True, like this is going to be a scary TB for sure.
Yeah.
And they've got a lot of ways to get on top of the Drow, right?
Like the save from the Abaddon is going to allow the TB to stay alive, and maybe this game is a game where you kind of want to buy a blink on the Terrorblade or something to get close towards the Drow. You have to be able to get close. They do have the Queen of Pain or even the Tiny with Dagger later to get close, but it'll be interesting to see how both these carries itemize this game against each other.
Yeah, I mean, I guess at the moment you can see this is what Natsumi, he really doesn't want to be in the bat lane, right? Is that what you've got to try and avoid if you're Adroit with the side lanes?
I don't think he cares though, because he has a Abaddon. They are
right, sure.
guessing the lanes, and Terrorblade started out with a magic stick, and he's heading to top lane. So it's again going to be an aggressive tri-lane here. What should they do? I think only the Abaddon can come and help him here. Not sure if the Tiny wants to be here. They're actually going to just straight up swap the lanes. They're in the wrong lanes right now. This is bad news for them.
Yeah, Hive with that Orb of Venom is going to be able to chase Natsumi down for quite some time. Now, of course, he's going to have the boulder up again in a few seconds, so Natsumi can't even go for a TP. He's just got to continue to walk.
Yeah, but the thing is, I feel like this Abaddon right now, he should have just TP top to claim the EXP. Now they lost the whole wave. No one got the XP. He chose to stay bot to block the camp because he wants to stay there to wait for the TB to come to be in the Bat Rider's lane. Then if that's the case, I felt like maybe the Tiny should have gone top, because they completely wasted. Now there's a second wave that's going to be fully denied by the Drow. And Sleep here, you're ruining the bench, getting to his lane.
No, I was going to say, even Bot can't get him for some XP. And then Hyde, with these body blocks, I think he's got this. Very nicely done there by Boom, as they'll find that first blood, taking down Bot. And as you say already, the first couple of waves, Dreamercells had it entirely to himself. Finally, Boomy's been able to turn up, and he'll soak up some of the XP, but a rough start in the way that they've had to move the lanes around Adroit.
Yeah, they have to just accept the fact that we are going to be behind from the get-go and just try to recover. The bench doesn't even want to TP to the top lane because he knows if he TPs top, they're just gonna straight up change the lane, and he doesn't have a TP to go to the other lane, so he has to walk back. He has no choice. And
look at this in the mid lane, Winter. Does this sort of surprise you? I mean, Makoto, he's destroying Max so far. Look at this, 15 for 2 against 6 for 1.
wow, he doesn't even have disseminate to dodge the
No, he's just been shoving in the wave and nuking it out with Pulse. Top lane as well. Boomy in a bit of trouble here as well. Dreamer Cell is going to be totally off the mark there with that multi-shot, but it looks like it won't matter as Hyde able to keep vision. So Dreamer Cell still able to find the final blow. So second kill for Boom. So these lanes off to a really solid start. As I say, yeah, this mid lane, Makoto just dominated.
Right now, this I mean, sometimes people underestimate the strength of Void Spirit in the lane because you can trade really well with the Resonant Pulse. But then again, I feel like it's kind of
top. It's another kill. Another kill for Boom. I mean, already we're just, I guess we're seeing the effects of the way that they were able to stick to the lanes, and it was Adroit having to move around, and now coming into the lanes with this sort of level deficiency.
I think he's the support now. The Tiny's the call. Tiny just got upgraded, promoted.
I mean, you're right.
Wait, what? He cancelled his... He cancelled his TP? Oh no! Yeah!
Wait, why?
Maybe you can message him after the game.
Like, I mean, maybe he heard you. It's like, all right, I don't want to steal your XP, Boomy. You're the core now.
So I guess it doesn't matter, to be honest, because the wave is in front of Drow right now, and it doesn't really matter if he's in the lane.
Sure, but then why start the TP in the first place? You know, it's you waste a bit of gold.
He's pretty much done.
He's going to jungle. No, I think he's gonna just stack. Well, no, he's straight up jungling.
Yep. So the Tiny, I think he's doing the right thing. He has to move. They just need to sacrifice one lane. The game has gone so badly. So he takes the rune. It's pretty important that the Void Spirit doesn't get the refill. Queen of Pain doesn't have portal anyway. So this rune control, this move right here by Boomy is so crucial. I can't highlight and stress how much it does for the lane right now that he takes this rune away.
Yeah, at least Makoto did have the salve good to go. As you said, he was able to get that refill on top of it, would have been even worse. They do manage to lead into Makoto. Makoto, quick to simulate out to the side, he'll be fine, but and now truly out of regen, really. Just the wand and the fairy fire, so Makoto's got to be very careful.
The Queen has to come and get this rune. If he can get this rune, this is going to be very huge, because then the Void Spirit cannot refill his bottle. Right? Bot lane, they just straight up kill him with the Venom, with all of Venom. Alright, so that gives Dire the bot bounty runes, and Hyde is trying to stop Tiny from getting the rune. Nice toss. Nicely
done by Boomy. Getting that second bounty rune Adroit, and Mac, if he wants to head back and grab his, that will be Adroit getting these 3 of the bounty runes. Over in the river, Boomy being chased down by Hyde and Kescue. Boomy, he's got some one charges. He's trying to get up to the high ground. Hyde's going to have another roll in a few seconds.
Wind Lace is saving his life. The Wind Lace is giving him the move speed. He just needs to dodge his roll.
Oh, there's the Jew. He's off to the side. He has still got a kick if he wants to kick a boulder, but yeah, it wouldn't be enough damage at level 1. So Boomy, yeah, as you say, that speed, it pays off. He's able to run away.
Bench.
Now they're turning towards top though. Bok.
Yeah. It's okay, he's the support. He's the support.
He truly is now 0-3 and 0, and also back on the bottom lane, FBZ getting some revenge for losing his life to the Alba TB dual lane as he just takes down CML, and that's he's not able to do anything about it as the metamorphosis of course come to an end.
So looking at the aftermath of the laning phase, I don't think Dire got trashed that badly. Yeah, sure, the bench, if you look at the map, well, bench is a support. They have 3 supports, but the other 2 heroes are, at least they have a game, you know. The Queen of Pain is just a very little tap behind the Void Spirit. But all in all, I think it's reasonable that they are in this situation, considering how they started the laning phase.
Sure, and you'd say that for them it's still has the potential to have been worth it to make those moves, but top, this is the 4th time the bot will go down here. TP is coming in, but it actually gets cancelled by the Quap. Mac puts the top to, I imagine, did he get caught by Remnant? He did, I imagine. I think the Remnant cancelled the TP from the Quap. Now Boomy, he's in on his own, so they can turn towards him, and they're going to be able to get the two of them. So very nicely played there by Makoto in the mid, making sure the Mac cannot turn up and cannot turn it around as Dreamercell picks up a double, and this top lane continues to be more of a disaster for Adroit.
But I'm not sure if they should have just reacted to the top rotation. I think that maybe the Tiny could have just gone bot to get the Bat Rider, because the lane is already like completely gone at top. If the Queen of Pain's TP got cancelled, I think he shouldn't complete his TP. He just needs to go bot and find a trade. There's no point saving the quote-unquote support bench right now. He just has to find a way to survive in this game. There's no way around it.
Yeah, it's going to be tough. I mean, he's going to go and hit some jungle creep Spock, but that's going to take him, you know, it's not one of those heroes that you're too happy about hitting the creeps with.
This is the best thing he can do. This is the best thing he can do.
Sure, I mean, yeah, he doesn't want to give up his life again and make this game of Dreamercells even better.
The Queen has a teleport score soon. She has Sonic Wave, so she should be looking to rotate, and maybe this one of the supports can click mid for XP after this. They have to try to make use of some rotations and give the supports levels right now. He's gonna be able to change their game.
Got him. Time for FBZ, but they can't quite get the forfeit off. FBZ
Even
out of
the
range.
It's not going the way of the Queen of Pain right now. But I still...
I wonder if they're going to go for this again. Bot.
Queen has
got to be careful.
Queen has TP. She could go top if they dive too much. She has Sonic Wave. She wants to unload and get some kills right now. TP is doing very well bot. He's fat.
Yeah, we'll be able to get some damage off this tower too as well. Top lane, they're in onto bot once more. A TP is coming in, but again put to an end as Mac cancels that himself, realizing that there's nothing he can do to turn against the three of them, especially with Makoto arriving. And this tier 1's down. So Dreamercell 4-0-2, the tier 1 taken at the 9-minute mark. Couldn't have had a better start on this draft.
I mean, I just felt like they should have just done this, you know, like just accept the fact that the range is gonna die at top, and they have to go for the trade. You know, they just need to move forward and take out the Bat Rider as an exchange. You know, instead of trying to react, because the game is very weird right now because they are so far behind on the bench. I feel like there's no point actually helping him. You just need to help the others. You know, the one who is having a shit game, you just let it be and you try to help and accelerate the others.
Yeah, sure, because you do have this Terrorblade, right? And this is a hero that can absolutely carry a game on his own. It doesn't really matter where box game is, as long as Natsumi's at the top.
Has one job in the game: swap the TV when he's getting less sword or grip. That's his job in the game later.
I mean, I guess that's the plan. Maybe that was the strat here with the feeding. It's like, you know, he's keeping his net worth low, so when he dies later on in the game, when he's sacrificing himself, they don't get much at all for killing him. There's some, you know, some sort of 5-head plays here.
Well, that's the silver lining, I guess. You have to keep the PMA up, you know. He's going to be useful later regardless, just giving the aura. So Bounty Rune's going to be 2 apiece. I mean, that's the huge change right now, right? You lose your lane so badly, and you don't lose your outpost at least. Because before, when you have this kind of scenario, you generally would lose both your outposts and the game feels terrible for your supports.
Yeah, do you like that change?
I like it.
It's a good change.
Because the laning phase mattered way too much before, and now Mikoto's gonna get a freebie here. Not much they can do about it. The Tiny was just trying to, because the game, they're in a desperate situation. He's just trying to push his limits, you know. Just one more wave, one more CS. At least it's not the core dying.
No, as you know, both Mac and Natsumi continue to have a fine opening. They are going to try for Natsumi down bottom, but box around, turns with a magic missile. There's the lasso removed by the aphotic shield. Natsumi will be safe.
He did his job. He saved the TV.
They did. This is all he's got to do. As long as he can make sure that Natsumi never dies, Natsumi can have a very solid shot at carrying this game.
Yeah, TV is a 1v5 hero. He just needs to abandon and bench to back him up. They have a pretty good draft to allow the TV to succeed in this game. And mid lane.
Coming over to mid.
Catapult.
Mac. This co-op still wants to fight, still yet to find a chance to use the Sonic Wave.
Oh, he went for drums. Oh, Mac.
They get the drag back with the Remnant. It's the feed script. It's excellently done by Boom. As they play around the Aphotic Shield save, they have further follow-up. They'll lose the Earth Spirit, but they don't mind at all as they take out Max Quap.
Like, who actually got more goal for that kill? The Earth, they actually got more kill killing the Earth Spirit. Who had the goal?
Yeah, they did actually.
It was actually a better trade.
All right. Okay.
Never mind. Never
and
mind.
Bot gets it as well, you know, a bit of catch up for the Venge.
That was actually fine. That was actually fine for them.
Yeah. They stop the push. They keep the tier 1 alive.
What a strange thing to say. You know, losing a support for a call, but it was bad for you. And right now they spoke with the Queen of Pain Sonic Wave. They're gonna try to reclaim the bot area. TB's in trouble.
Oh, triple TP. There it comes. Everybody's heading over to the bottom lane. But 2 of them will be cancelled as they realize, actually, well, we can't actually catch them. As Mikoto and the rest back off. CML and Max still moving over with the smoke. Maybe lulling sort of Boom into a false sense of security. You know, Boom are like, well, they cancelled the TPs. We're fine down here. Not the case. The smoke is still on the hunt for them. Mikoto is a bit of a slippery one with the Dissimulate and, of course, a couple of charges of the Astral Step. He's just going to go for the one, the TP out. Bok tries to get the read with the Wave of Terror, but won't quite be able to find him and get in range for the swap. So Mikoto's out there.
So close at scouting him, giving the vision there. But they just need to try and farm things out. TV doesn't have Metamorph. They have to chill, just push the waves, and just be happy of what they can farm right now. And immediately, once they saw the TP top, FBZ boost of Traverse top to make sure he can't farm. This is a very, very good move. He just immediately chases him out of the lane. And so he has to wait for his team, or he has to move across the map to farm, so wasting his time. They have to try to reclaim the jungle for the TV somehow with a smoke later.
Let's see if they can continue to make space for Natsumi. Is at the moment Dreamer Cell just picking up the pace that little bit better, getting these towers. This Drow is staying at the top, soon to hit level 12 as well. So when it comes to fighting, you know, this multi-shot with the marksmanship proc, it's gonna hurt a lot, to the point where even if the TB gets involved, Natsumi's got to be careful.
They need like I think the Tiny most likely to go and get close in the team fights against the Drow. If they don't take out this Drow, she's just going to output so much damage, and she can deal with the illusions from the TB right now. Like, I feel like Daya has to farm for the next, I would say at least 10 minutes to 15 minutes until they hit a point. They need to just dodge fights, sacrifice some heroes if they need to, and just make sure TB keeps on scaling. Like, he is the only hero that matters right now for them.
Boom, they're on the hunt. They'll find Boomy in the river, and they'll settle for going on to him. FBZ opens up with the lasso, but that will give the info for Mac and Natsumi to get out of here straight away as they
That's good.
TP out on the TB, and Mac's already a safe distance away.
That's good. That's a good play there. The Tiny, he just realized that something is up, you know. Like he doesn't see anything, but he just wants to make sure that the TB is safe at the bottom lane. But right now, once he TP stop, once again, Boom is reacting towards him. They are following him the whole time.
Alright, well, we did see some couriers die there. Mac able to get both Kescutes and Hides as they were flying for the jungle, but at the same time, Mac did lose his, and it did have his broadsword on, so that is the blade mail for the Quap put on the side for at least 2 minutes. So that kind of sucks for Mac.
Blade Mail, yeah, I think Blade Mail is great this game. It's very good against their heroes. He's not gonna have it for some time, but it's gonna help him fight a lot better. Like, their game plan right now is very simple. Hold the game, just wait for the TV to get big and carry you. There's nothing much else they can do right now. Secure some space. Someone has to die for the TB. You die. Even if you're the Tiny, you're trying to get Blink, you still have to do it.
Mid-hide. Trying for the initiation there onto Mac, but not quite finding the angle.
Rune? Not much they can do about that. Bat is going to have a dagger soon.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
FBC for sure. And still, you know, the gap between this TB and Drow, it does feel like it is slowly closing. Like Natsumi is slowly farming in a way that is allowing him to close this gap on Dreamer Cell, but Dreamer Cell is very close to having the Manta, and at that point I imagine as this Drow you can feel very confident of coming in for these pushes. It's bottom lane, freebie for FBZ, walks up, finds himself Boomy alone in the lane. And that will pretty much put him, yeah, just over the Blink Dagger money. He's got that done now. So FBZ, a definite threat for the lineup of Adroit. Obviously, they do have the saves between the Venge and the Abaddon. Got to make sure they're in situation to make sure that they can keep their cores alive. Mac finds the third courier. I mean, Mac's, he's been able to kill off 3 couriers in the last 2 minutes. So.
Look at what Boom's doing though. Oh, they see the TB in the wall again. Once again, Mikoto's chasing him. They know that the TB is the only hero that matters for Dire right now. If he dies, they are just going to lose the game. Like everything they are doing right now is just centered around hunting the TB and limiting his farm.
I mean, yeah, I think we're going to see Boom really try and push it in now. Dreamer Cell has got the completed Manta on top of the Dragon Lance at 17 minutes in, so this Drow is just so strong right now at this stage of the game.
Yeah, the TB needs to farm like probably a BKB and plus another item. He might need to consider getting a Blink this game against the Drow at some point. And all the other heroes are just going to have to just wait, just play the waiting and go for pickoffs if you can. And if you have to die, just die for the TV. It doesn't matter who you are, the co-op, the Tiny, the Venge. You're all just his subjects right now. The TB is your king, and you are going to have to make everything smooth for him. Like he's getting hunted down right now again. The Bear is looking for him, and he's just backing off at the right time. He has to just constantly read where the Radiant team is going, and he has to just keep dodging and dodging.
No, I don't know if you mentioned it, but do you like the FBZ went for the Yules instead of the Blink one?
I think the use is nicer because you need to lasso and use the bench or the Abaddon for that matter to prevent the save. I mean, for the Abaddon, he can just click his ultimate and he can still shield the hero, but I think it's pretty good not to go for a dagger when you're playing against like Oracle, Bench, Abaddon, all these heroes, or even an LC. The use is nice.
Right.
Should be okay.
Just as the 5 of them, I mean, looking at Mikoto, but with that Yules on Void Spirit, very tricky.
They are doing a very good job. They haven't lost any ground in terms of the network. The network has been 4K for the last couple of minutes. It means that the Dire team is doing a really good job dodging and getting whatever scraps they can find on the map.
Yeah, this very far from Natsumi. It's looking good. He's keeping up with Dreamer Cell's Drow. BKB, short, it's going to be shortly there. So it's going to get to the point where if Boom do try and hurry things up and try and push to the high ground, Natsumi's not going to be scared about turning up and defending and holding the team.
Like I said, the game for Radiant is about outpacing the team. They have to play at a faster pace.
Also, jungle. Right, he's going to roll in onto CML. They go for the lasso onto Mac. They're stepping over for the silence onto CML. It's stopping him from being able to get any sort of save off. Now he's able to turn with the shield onto Mac. Jumps over, bursts down Kescu. Adroit, they can look to try and find more out of it. Swap, front block onto Hyde. Makoto's going to jump back forward, but CML keeps himself alive with the Aphotic Shield. But from the side, Dreamer Cell fires out the multi-shot, shoots down the Abaddon. Still though, it's Adroit finding 2. Boomy's going to see if he can get more. Jumps in, he found a big one. He's on top of Dreamer Cell. Dreamer Cell tries to push him back with the Gust. FBZ trying to help out too as he knocks him in with a flame break. Just off the mark though, doesn't hit. Boomy's fine. Another toss in. Dreamer Cell still trying to run. Mac trying to stay on top of him, but he's out of mana, so Mac backing away. Jump forward to dissimulate. Makoto looking over towards Boomy. They've got the Yules control. Remnant out as Adroit will lose another. They tried their best to get Dreamer Cell, but they just didn't have the damage or control to deal with him. I mean, he's sitting around this plus 30 armor. He's just too tanky right now.
They just got too greedy. I think once they killed off the initial hero, I think they got the Bane and was it the Earth Spirit? That was the other kill, or they didn't get the Earth Spirit. But after the initial kill, they needed to just chill, and go and farm. They just got a little too greedy for the Drow, because the Drow was so near the tower. And I understand the predicament that you are in a very bad spot in the game. You're behind, and you're trying to get whatever you can though. But it was not wise for them to chase that far. They just needed to... Sometimes you just need to be happy with what you get and just back off. And because of that, they're gonna lose the rush. Don't think they can contest this because there's no Metamorph, no Sonic Wave.
Let's see what they can do here.
Yes, Theo.
And it looks they're staying right away from it.
I don't think they can do much. Even if you try to steal, it's very unlikely. They just need to be contented that the TB is farming. He almost has his BKB. And if you can defend your high ground once against this Aegis, I think you're going to be putting yourself in a good position to have a chance to come back in the game later.
Yeah. No, I can see, yeah. If Natsumi could just have sort of one fight with the BKB and then get his next item on top, he's going to be a real nightmare for Boom to deal with. And even holding on to the gold. I mean, do you think there's something in sort of Natsumi's mind that says, I mean, does he really need a BKB, or can he sort of jump for a bigger item now? Okay, now he's going to go in. He just go in. He just pick it up. All right, so BKB is on its way out.
Too much magic damage though. If he doesn't get a BKB, he won't be able to stand and fight. Yeah, sure, that's the Grape and the Bat Rider Lasso, but that's not his problem. That's the Abaddon and the Venge problem. They have to just figure out how to make sure that they break the Lasso and the Grip, and the TB is just allowed to do damage. Because I think the TB has a lot of support in the team fight. Comparing it to the Drought, he has more support, and even though they are same in terms of net worth, but I feel like the TB has more room to output damage.
Makoto, he's got his next time finished off. I mean, Winter, I've got to ask you about this. On the Void Spirit, when do you go for the Orchid, as Makoto has done, rather than the Agonies? Like what is it about the Orchid that makes it more appealing in some situations? When, to me, sort of on paper, the Ags just sort of seems like a better Orchid.
Orchid is, I think it's a scaling item, but I agree, like Axe usually is better for the silence, and the components helps you fight better because it gives you more HP, more stats, and Orchid's more expensive. But right now Orchid is cheaper, so I'm not sure.
Yeah, with the new changes, yeah.
For the new change, I'm not sure anymore if that's the case.
Oh yeah, that's a good point. Yeah. We'll see after that. Yeah, just going for the BKB. Makoto himself, Dreamer Cell after his Hurricane Pike, also looking for the BKB. And you've got to imagine that once these BKBs are done on the cores, that is going to be when Boom's going to try and push it and try and get something done on the high ground. As the game's only going to get harder after that, as we've seen Natsumi with his BKB done. Once you have whatever you want to go for on top of that, it's going to be pretty scary mid lanes. Sonic Wave pushing back the two of them. They'll find the kill onto KSQ. Turning with a multi-shot, Dreamer Cell tries to push them back. They're turning over towards the bat, but there's the jump forward from Makoto. Straight in with the Yule's Remnant combo onto Mac, jumps back up with the Simulate. Hyde, he goes in with a very ambitious Magnetize, does manage to get it onto the four of them, but instantly loses his life for it, and will not find any of these kills with that damage, as Adroit can keep themselves alive.
What were they trying to do there? Like, the Diet team had the high ground advantage, even though there's a ward there. That kill was actually so costly, and he wanted to use his Magnetize as well. It's a long cooldown, so that's more time for Terrorblade to farm. Heals.
Makoto just silencing Tiny, making sure that Boomy wasn't able to get in with the Avalanche.
The Drow also needs to get her BKB so she can output damage in the fights. He probably needs to get this before the next fight, even though they have Aegis. What is the TB going for? I think he should get a dagger right now. Other options would be Butterfly. No, he's going for Dragonlance. So he's Baron. He should be just a sacrificial lamb here. No point of
time. Still down for 9 seconds.
Yeah.
So they should be able to try for the tier 2 boom mid.
They just need to wait for the meta. I don't think they actually have meta.
Look at this, look at the side, they managed to grab Mac. Makoto finds the setup. I mean, that's Mac gone as well. So they can continue to push him for sure around this mid. Obviously, Dreamer Cell still with that Aegis. This tower going to pretty much give him the gold for his BKB. Or at least incredibly close to having it. 3,500 gold. This is really, it's gearing up to the point where Boom are going to sort of test Adroit's capabilities of defending the high ground.
They really don't want to use the buyback on the Queen of Pain here. But they have a TB, their high ground defense with the bench is still pretty good. How long is this Aegis lasting more? It's ending soon. What, 30 seconds? 20 seconds? Yeah, Boom realized that they don't really have much time left on the Aegis. They just want to finish the BKB. Like one mistake, they have to be careful not to make that one mistake. Like one mistake is all it needs for the TB to just take control of this game.
What is the item for the TB? You know, what's Natsumi going to be eyeing up after this BKB?
I still think he needs a dagger.
You'd still want to go for it, yeah. But you were just sort of getting in position, getting on top of the drow, popping the illusions out.
You kill the drow, the fight is over.
Yeah.
He's the only hero that you should be afraid of. He's the only one.
It's not a bad shout at all. Because you've got, and it's not like it's only going to be Natsumi blinking in on his own, right? You've got a lot of other ways for the rest of the team. You know, Mac and Boomy obviously having blink capabilities. You can sort of go in as a unit on top of the drow together.
And what's the Pain of Pain going? She needs to buy some armor items when she's going BKB Shivas. But right now the TV feels like he's ready to fight. Tiny.
He's not going to be ready. He's dead. The Sonic Wave pushes him back. He is going to get straight back into the game. But they're going to look to chase. FBZ trying to find a lasso opportunity. He's going to be able to get it onto Natsumi. Heals him up, but there's Bot. The swap comes out. Natsumi will be saved. And back, he just jumps straight at the center of it all. Natsumi pops the BKB with the Metamorphosis. Goes to Genski. Turns over towards Dreamer Cell. Sunder brings it back to the Dreamer Cell. He swaps straight back in again. Bog setting it up. Double kill for Natsumi. As they're cleaning up this fight, as Boom have to escape. They've got to run out of here. Mac chasing down Hyde. He's got one more set up. The Yules, can he get in range? He's got it again in a second. Hyde, he's got one more stone as well, and will be able to hide in the tree. So Hyde does manage to live. I mean, but we're seeing it, you know, as we said earlier, Bok, it doesn't matter for the deaths in the lane. If he can make plays like this in the fights, his team's going to be more than happy with it.
Yeah, and look at his itemization as well. Like, he just went for the Glimmer and the Blast. Oh, another Orchid here.
The turn on to Boomy, but Boomy's got backup. Bok's trying to head over. Magic Missile will be dodged by the Dissimulate. Boom's going to try and fight this now. The Boomy overextended a little bit. CML, no borrowed time for 20 seconds. Hyde rolls forward, but he's now out of stones, and he's rolled into his death. They turn over towards Mikoto. CML is still alive here, and he's going to end up not going down at all, as Mikoto cannot commit with the Dissimulate. The FBZ Bat is trying to step in on this. To be a little wary.
They need to disengage now. They need to disengage.
Yeah, Mikoto could chase this. He's got Astral Step again if he wants to try. And he's a little scared of doing so. He'll let it be.
Oh, that kill was so big. That was like, Bot was just the MVP that fight. He used his first swap to cancel the lasso, and he used his second swap to get the draw in the middle of the fight. And he lost all his bonus there. He was just the MVP. Look at his net worth and what is he doing in the game, you know? Like
oh yeah, absolutely. You know, you're dead right. But this hero that's all he needs to do. It doesn't matter about the farm or his build. It's just all about making sure that Natsumi can just survive and fight in these fights.
He understands his role in the game very, very well.
Yeah.
Precisely what he needs to do. And the TB right now doesn't feel like he needs the dagger if that's gonna happen, you know. He just needs to get damage, stats, tank up. He has the Titan Sliver, so it's even gonna make him harder to kill in the fights. I mean, this TB is I feel like he's in full control of the game right now. They are 4K behind, but it feels like TB is very, very powerful in the fights. This draw, he is having troubles touching the TB. What do they need? What do they need? They need I think they need the Void Spirit to jump the backline and try to deal with the Venge or the Abaddon, so they can kill the TB.
Dire's top tower.
Yeah, I mean, the way of killing the TB, I guess, is just somehow creating a fight where Dreamer Cell can sort of just turn and focus him down as the drow. But as we see, just Adroit with so many ways of messing up Dreamer Cell, being able to sit there and get the opportunity to just sort of fire arrows into it. It's very hard for him to kill the TB.
They need to, I think how the fight needs to go is they need to ignore the TB, kill the rest of the heroes, get the Venge, get the Abaddon, take them out, or even the Corp or Tiny, and then leave the TB till us. Because they can kite him if he doesn't have his supports around him. Like, he's not that hard for them to kill.
I'll take that.
Rosh is going to spawn. This is going to be I think probably the game deciding Rosh right now. Radiant is going to smoke up. They have to try to take control of that area. They don't have an observer on the Bane, but they do have an observer here. They have to try to fight around their vision. Oh, they have an observer on the Earth Spirit. This could be crucial.
Radiant's top tower has fallen.
They even hit the scan. Oh, this is tense.
Here we go. Boomy is He's going to jump in. Mac as well being focused, but he put the extra through. BKB pop from Makoto. He's looking to kill off the Tiny first. He'll get it. Rumi's down. Sonic Wave pushes the bat across. FBZ will fall. As he's stuck in the reach of this Terrorblade. They're still hunting in the trees, looking for Dreamer Cell. They're going to be able to find him. He pops the BKB, goes for the TP up the box. In with the swap to cancel the TP. Doesn't mean the Dreamer Cell's a little far away, but Mac jumps forward. They're trying their best to chase down this Drow. Dreamer Cell turns for the multi-shot, but it's the opportunity for the touch with the Skadi hit. Dreamer Cell still being slowed, but he'll live. He's able to get far enough away. Makoto's still stuck on the front lines. One more jump to the side will be chased upon by Mac as he moves in with the blink. There's the second step back. Natsumi's going to start moving down this top lane with the remainder of this Metamorphosis. There's a buyback from FBZ for this. I mean, boom, they were able to just keep the Drow alive. Bok obviously able to swap to cancel the TP, but had to do so in a position that did mean that Dreamer Cell was still far enough away to get back to safety.
They need to get Rush right now. There's no Sonic Wave, there's no Metamorph. Raiden has to get Rush right now. This is the only thing they need right now. If they don't get this Rush and they wait for the meta, I think they're gonna lose the Rush the next fight. Oh, they're not even trying.
Dreamer Cell's got to get over it. He's starting to head over. He's coming in, Dreamer Cell.
Dire knows, but they don't have their spells. They have to try to delay until the TBS meta somehow.
Then they got a good shot doing that. I mean, Max finished off his Shiva's guard, so he really can just jump in.
And Raiden's not really killing the Rush that quickly.
Trying their best. Dreamer Cell obviously having the lifesteal of the Paladin, so could do it pretty safely. The illusion's being sent in. It's tricky. They're still trying to stay strong and do this, but now Boomy's able to get the toss in. Dreamer Cell tossed straight back into the reach of them. Plus the BKB is able to slide out to the side of the Hurricane Pipe. Overwatch Hyde, they go. Hyde attempts to roll out. They've got the lasso control onto Mac, but Mac already got the Belay Mail off. Now turning over towards Bok. Bok magic missile, but he's dead. They've lost the Venge. Makoto's BKB coming to an end, but with the last remaining seconds of it, he finds the setup onto Boomy. Dissimulate, the rolling boulder. Follow-up from a Hyde will take him out as Boom will kill off the two heroes and can resume taking Roshan. Now it does mean 10 seconds now. Metamorphosis is there, but Adroit doesn't look like they want to try and fight this with just the three of them. They're going to let this one go to Boom.
Yeah, I think it's wise choice. It's risky. I don't think they need to take that risk. They don't really need the Aegis as much as the Drow needs the Aegis right now. The bench was, I think he just did the right thing again, keeping the corp alive. If he didn't get the swap off, the corp was gonna die that fight. Once again, just showing his worth in the team. So he's building a Lotus Orb next. Okay, I like this. I like this choice. That's gonna make the TB even stronger.
Yeah, anything that they can do to buff Natsumi up. I mean, he's had a clean game so far, 6-0-4, and a lot of that down to the way he's been kept safe in the fights. Just all in on the Terrorblade, and so far so good. I mean, sure, they are still down 5k, but we really have seen if Adroit get a fight on their terms, Natsumi he's just impossible for Boom to deal with. They cannot kill this Terrorblade.
Unless they get to the supports first. If the supports are dead, the bench and the Baron, yes, they can kill him. They can kite him and just slowly murder him later. But they have to get to the supports first. I think the Voice Spirit has a huge responsibility to do that, and the Earth Spirit, two of them. I don't think the Bear either can reliably do that because he doesn't have a blink. He's like the front line in this game. I was going for Butterfly next. I was thinking maybe he would want to go for Aghanims at some point, but just wants to go for as much damage as he can.
Still a little bit away from that. And even then, you can see that the Agh's going to be done. TV, I mean, Natsumi's queuing up the Aghanims. Are you a fan of the Aghs on the Terrorblade?
Yeah, it's great. It's a stun.
Yeah, super massive range as well, right? Pretty much the entire screen.
It's like a mini Dark Willow ultimate.
Yeah, and especially
pretty decent
against all these heroes that try and jump in on the front. People trying to throw out Fiend's grips and things, everything's just going to be put to a stop.
As long as he stays alive, he's going to be able to win them the team fight. He just needs to be alive. And right,
He's changing between them. He's deciding between the Ags and the AKB. I mean, what would you prefer him to go for?
I think he's predicting that they're gonna have a butterfly on draw. That's why he thinks like he needs to build the MV in response to that. I think this is fine too. He's reading the game correctly because the draw is indeed queuing up for a butterfly next. And it's natural for the draw to get a butterfly.
Absolutely, yeah. There's every reason now somebody to believe that I'm is going to be in the game. He's holding off at the moment with his expenditure until he sees some information. He's got a nice 1,600 gold. And there it is. So his butterfly is complete. So it's about to show them.
Go time. It's go time. They have to. The longer they wait, it is gonna get easier. It's gonna get harder and harder. They have to go for their timing right now. Take the creep wave, the top creep wave, cut it, and see what's going on right now. The mid tier one is the lower tier. They have to go. Did TB finish the MKB? No, not yet.
He's not done it yet. But he's picked up the commit for it.
He doesn't need to save for buyback because if you're doing metal, you're done anyway if you buy that. You just need to go for all, I feel. Just hope you kill them first. Like he's one of those kind of heroes that if you die and you don't have metamorph, and even if you have buyback, it doesn't feel like it's gonna change much. Like he does have buyback, so we'll see. They're not holding the high ground here, so they have to back up and go back to their base. Like no one can die right now. It's very, very important that they survive this stage where the Drow Ranger has an Aegis. It's for another 1 minute or so. So they just need to wait it out. Like the Dire still has a pretty good shot at this game.
As you say, it's still sort of rests on that one fight. One fight when Kasumi just gives up everything.
What?
Oh, they're fine with the sub.
He doesn't have TP.
The perfect control because it's going to be able to lay down the vent. They've got it. This is going to be a dead quap.
Yes, buyback. Should be fine. They should be able to defend the ground here. It's not ideal that he dies, but at least he has buyback here.
Yeah, they're trying to force it at least for sure. I mean, still having this Aegis on Drow. Boom's got the tools to poke at the base of the Drake.
They don't have the Aegis anymore.
Oh yeah, that's it. They're gone. So that's enough to sort of back them all. As ideally they would force out this buyback. They really do feel the power of this Terrorblade. They don't even want to try and chance this. They're just going to head back and push out all the other lanes.
I think if the French is able to get the Lotus, it's gonna mean the TP is gonna be unkillable. He can get it. But right now they're gonna smoke, even though Quap is dead for another 20 seconds. Okay, they want to get the bottom back. They predict that he's gonna be blown. He has travels. Let's see. That is running. He knows something is not right. They don't see anyone on them.
On the line as well, FBZ.
Yeah, just good game sense.
Yeah, he knows exactly what's up.
He's even thinking they're watching the outpost. Right, so Radiant's gonna catch someone here. Queen up has the outpost to TP in. This is huge.
They're gonna be able to full five. Heidi's struck rolling. Heidi's just comes straight in on the front of it. And I mean, he's gonna be able to roll as well. He's able to survive with that Ghost Scepter, but they're booming, cancelling the TP. Hyde's gonna die for this one.
There's no buyback. Yeah, no buyback this time.
Did use the meta for this, so now Jimmy's going to want to get something done. As, you know, again, it is that long cooldown, and the leaks for Boom, if don't do much with this Metamorphosis Elite, that's another bit of pressure off their back, and maybe Boom can try and push whilst the meta's on cooldown.
I think if they decide to push, you should buy a refresher. Refresh is, if that happens.
Oh, you got the money for it, yeah. 600 gold. Yeah.
That's why people say money can help you solve a lot of problems.
Man, they certainly could give him the answer here. I mean, because would you feel tempted as well to finish off that Dragon Lance into a game pike, or would you be tempted to just getting rid of them and putting something else in the slot? Yeah, that's you come. So I was like, if it was Satanic, you don't like upgrading the Dragon Lance doesn't feel that scary or powerful at this stage, does it?
It's just something that you buy when you have no slots available.
Sure.
Just to be careful here, you know, not to die. But I think he should hold his money and just wait for the game to play out. He needs to be very careful how he spends his money right now.
What he's spending. He's committed for the Satanic.
See? That's fine, I guess. 60 seconds to metamorph. They need to chill.
Time this relic with the quad. Very nice little catch there. Just pass straight over, of course, to Mac.
Oh, this is not nice. They don't have metamorph. They have to be very, very careful. They're playing like they're not afraid at all, even though the TP doesn't have metamorph. And they're under a ward. There's no sentry here. And look at this. The Radiant team knows the TP has no metamorph. They have an observer here. They see everything and they are not even trying to.
Still scared.
They're scared.
I mean, and then if if they're scared to make a move now, you've got to sort of feel.
How are you going to play the game if you don't even want to touch the TV when he doesn't have meta?
It's hard. I mean, they're picking Roche. Maybe that's what they feel the best bet is right now, but just to wait for Roshan again.
Oh, that's a very strange play. I think they have a pretty decent shot and Ward was so nice. But right now, the TVs have his meta and there's no advantage for the Radiant team anymore. And missed the timing.
I mean, they're going to try. FPZ blinks in, that's the swap. But was in position to toss him back, but I think it was a little sort of surprised he ended up where he did.
Needs to be very disciplined on how he uses this swap. Bob has only two purposes right now, to save TV and to get the power in the middle. Swapping any other hero could be deadly towards how the fight is going to happen. If you don't have a swap to save the TV or kill the Jar, he needs to be very, very careful. And right now they are going to move towards the creep at the bottom.
We're going to smoke in from the draw. Never find this minute until Roshan's up. They're going to be
Does he have buyback or it's a gem? He has buyback, but he loses the gem. This is nice for Dire. That's a good pickup. So they should be able to de-ward the Roche area and control it.
Been harder for him to make plays into the Adroit's half of the map at this time. It's surely for most of this game, Boom have had this lead at 5k, but it's just the fact that it's all in on that 2 minute Terrorblade on the right side, and that doesn't feel like a bad place for Adroit to be an asshole. Extra buffs coming out. Max got a play seed done on the quad, so another way that the Terrorblade is just going to be even more enabled in the team fights.
Yeah, excellent itemization, going for all the armor against the Drow and just all the utility items to make sure the TB gets stronger. Like I said, the game from the start, it's all about this Terrorblade. You're gonna make him as strong as he can get, and when he gets to 25, I think you get the attack range in this game even. Like once you get that, it's so easy for him to deal with the Drow. He can outrange the Drow Ranger.
Yeah, that's quite a plus 240. That's a massive reach. And as you mentioned with the utility items, that is the lowest sort of complete from box. So everything really is there now. And as we've seen, it's already been so hard for Boom to fight into this. It's now going to be even harder.
Yeah, and they have the Lotus to the bench.
Yeah, everything's there.
He has 9k net worth, okay, 10k net worth, but everything that he has buffs the TB so much. This 9k net worth is like, it's a lie, you know, he's actually so impactful. He's doing so much. Like just by being in the fight, you know, he's actually providing so much. Just cast your Glimmer, cast your Lotus, put everything on the TV.
Roche back up in just under 10 seconds.
How does Radiant take the fight? I think the fight doesn't change for them. They have to try to get the backline with the Earth Spirit, the silence, jump in, silence the backline. Before Earth Spirit jumps in, go for the backline, and then the Drow can be allowed to reach that thing.
Yeah, just a bit of a tickle between the two.
The Paradise TV? Yeah, it got cancelled. It's gonna be the dance for the Roshan.
Yeah, neither team can so this one slide. They're both gonna fight if anything happens.
This is better for the team because he can push the base illusion while holding the Roche position. The Drow comes there, he has to be here.
I mean, and this would be a huge Roche as well, because it is the Aghanim's blessing, and get both carries right, it could be pretty painful fun. You know, you get the Aghanim on the Drow, or obviously if you get a free Agd on the Terrorblade, you know, it sort of feels like whoever gets this Roche is I mean, still Boom are going to struggle. It's not necessarily going to be super easy, but definitely for draw, get Roshan, seems like it's almost game over.
Bench is also a good option to give the X. I have a bench X. Oh, they're going to run into the rush. So, do they know? Is the scan available?
They're going for the long wraparound. Look at this. They're trying to get him from the high ground.
Where's the observer? They observer on the high ground right now. Both teams are just posturing. High advantage. High ground. Boom needs to get the high ground now. They have ops on them. This observer is everything matters right now for both teams. Playing around the world. Dial does not have any more observers. Yeah, playing just around as well. They're just hugging the world right there. Tense times, very tense times. No one wants to be the first move. Like,
no, not at all.
It's bad to go first. Like, nobody wants to.
Nice. Bad piece in. Try to start it. Go, give me the last little jump in from the corner. The bench goes down. As soon as you have the kill on Bane in return, turns over the wards, Dream Cell, yours in position, that's Suki. Moving on, close on the ground, Dream Cell forcing outside. The BK is out for staying on top of the draft. Dream Cell pops the heavy. He's trying to heal up, say challenge, but it's Eagles. Dream Cell goes down. There's a big other look over for Tez Beauty. Ball back for this triple kill for the terrible Aiden. And Ricardo trying his best to find something in return, but they cannot deal with this TB. They can fight everybody else, they cannot touch Sumi. And buttons them all down, one after another. I also luckily to fall here. The Yules cancelling it into the attempted escape. Another kill for Smith Terrorblade. As this game, it's looking pretty overwhelming. It looks like this blade really is impossible for him to answer right now.
Bench, he died. He was he's giving the hands for the attack range, the stat, everything. This hero is actually broken. How unfair is that? Like, he can't the last dark for them, and he's still doing something in the fight. The illusion is getting the aura. How is that? Can't you that would be 11k network? But what is he doing in the fight? It feels like it's 20k network hero.
I mean, true. I mean, yeah, you're right. The concept about this was, you know, the offlane hero started by beating a drow times in the laning stage. It didn't matter.
Hero Kappa, more or less support hero from the get-go.
Yeah, and it's absolutely working.
I mean, how is that fair? Like, it's not fair that he can do so much with solid. Which hero game can actually do that with this amount of like play?
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
No, I'm making some sort of support of it, not least not defensive potential that this Venger enables. And I think it's one of the reasons why we're excited to see, like in the last teams like OG were running this in the mid. You know, some teams really sort of pull onto the back of their hero so much.
He's not a support hero now. Even though this is not support, but you want to farm on him at most because you need the range on the swap. You need items so that you're tanky, you don't die easily. Not that you care about dying because you give aura. But it would be nice if you can stay as much as you can in the fight. Like, there's just so many parts about it that I feel is like so powerful. The double swap, the illusion after you die, and he has wonderful talents. On top of things, he attacks if you pick him early in the draft, because he can be played in multiple roles.
Oh, you're absolutely. It's definitely one of those heroes that you can shout in the first two. And Gene, you're not going to feel too far.
And in this game, right, Adroit won. They have the pick priority. They chose first pick this game. For the bench first pick.
Yeah. That is looking like a pretty solid strat for the draft.
Because we were talking a little bit of the pick order, the new pick order. It seems like second pick feels better because you pick your the first phase and the second phase lasts. So it feels like you have more advantage compared to the first pick. But I think this game and Radiant is better. People agree because of the recent change, moving changes towards the top side, the Roshan, because that's how we play naturally as Radiant on this side and Dive is on this side.
Well, that is true. Oh, yeah, well, I'll be interested to see how much the win percentage for the sides over. And you're going to see it quite flipped over towards Radiant for sure.
And usually, like when you're drafting for first pick and second pick, Radiant, you kind of have sometimes you have the faster pace lineup because you can abuse pushing. You have this kind of like Lycan lineup, and the other teams in the previous patch, a lot of teams like to play more late game because you have double ancients. But this time you don't have double ancients. But I think they used first pick really well with the bench, and they were able to make a drop and make the carry super strong with it.
Dude, look at this attack range. Casually, sort of take that pick from half of the map. You know, this sort of reach that Natsumi has. What do you do about it?
Attack range.
Oh no. My friend FBC not getting the correct lance up. HQ just evaporates as he tries to initiate some sort of Mikoto. He's got to get out of the well.
Dude.
These punch terribly so much.
You see the Earthquake rolls in and the parrot comes it here.
Radiant's middle
Okay, they can't now. Yeah, before they couldn't. Now they just can't even get close to it. It's happening with the terrible.
He's still full HP. He doesn't have mana.
Push back the four of them. Swapping it. He's able to find the match from missile onto Dream Cell. Dream Cell still trying BKB. Look to turn. He's going to look now to me, but BKB ending. He has to back away. Over towards Mac instead. They will get the quad. So they managed to push back Adroit, of course, not before Adroit take away the mid of Rack to Adroit now with a significant 19k lead. They're holding on Boom, but it definitely still feels like a pretty helpless position for them to be in.
Yeah, they just ran out of time. They couldn't outpace fast enough. Like I just did a very good job, like dodging and farming away another lap. So okay, nice buyback.
Want to do it. Moving in, they're going to try and commit with that initiation that FPC will be able to find. We'll see CML forces to the side. He's trying to get out of this one, but out of time. He's going to set the turnover towards the bat. FPC protected by Ketchu's not met. The grip, they've got the grip. They've got that to me. The damage spot. He's in with the swap. That's to be still alive. Turns, leaps. The back of Mikoto jumps in. They've killed him off. They've done it. They've killed the Terrorblade. They've got more. They're going to be able to get the right by the looks of it. The Nightmare set up onto this Boom Tiny. And he runs, Shiba's guard into the run, pull back, Mikoto's got the catch, and he gets this to simulate that 25 stun, destroying them.
We need to mass
as Boom. There's the buybacks, there's the buybacks. He's got to chill out, they've got to back away, but they did it. They're able to kill off Zoom. Boom's still hovering up for this, but caught out by the pit. Get it, falls to the side, Hyde rolls into the midst of it all, he's got to go set, he backs away, you lose punching in, but Boom, they've got to back off. This was a 4-man, rolling away again, another dagger in on him, he's jumps to the side, looking to dodge it, kick over off the Mac, tries to get the roll up there from the group of them, as they do bring him down. So that is Mikoto, that's a dieback on Mikoto, as they should be able to run back down, but it was a great solid attempt from Boom to turn things. Things are going to be hard with no voice for it, and of course with Metamorphosis being back up.
I mean, that's what I was talking about before. The meta was on cooldown. They were able to win the fight even though he had ace on the Terrorblade. It doesn't matter, you know, he doesn't have meta. That's when they should. But right now, TB has meta back up again. He has no buyback, but he can clear both the racks with this push, and Voice Spirit does not have by 5 minutes.
I mean, it really feels like Boom. They were able to find that sort of fight, like what, 15 minutes ago?
Yeah.
It could have been in a solid place. But we've seen them come out with big guns. Dreamer Cell's got the rapier. He's going into the silence. It's going to be removed. Sumi, FPZ trying to get off the BKB. It's back straight away from that Sumi. On towards Matt. He's dead. Back. Dreamer Cell turns over towards Matt. Matt's got the blade now. Jumps to the side from Dreamer Cell to pop the illusion escape. Be but now. Putting this DPS roll through Dreamer Cell. Pots the Matt. Does get back to the base. Matt forcing him back with the Sonic. They're down to the final two. Not much the Dreamer Cell and Kesky could have slowed this down. And the drop turn and decimate the off doom. That's fall down. The ancient will fall as Adroit will take this game and win the series 2-0.
Very performance there. Like the whole game, everyone understood what they have to do in the game. You know, someone has to die, what items